So we are making the layers, and it'll take a minute to build the layers. So there is a blue Jell-O layer in this dessert, and I'm gonna start on that because it's gonna take a little time to cool. We're not gonna be able to pour the Jell-O onto the warm Jell-O on. So I'll start with that, and while I'm just gonna put water in the microwave to boil it, and I'm gonna let you start with the bottom layer, which is a red crust. And this is just red velvet Oreos. Can you show the camera? And you can buy those anywhere. And this is just the crumbs. I just put them in the food, well, my food processor, I don't know, it wouldn't work this morning. So I actually did these in the blender, but it worked out just fine.
Murphy's Law, right?
That's right. And just start with about half of that melted butter. Just pour it in here and mix it up.
Oh, this melted butter.
Yeah, and that's 4 tablespoons, but the Oreos, they're really moist because of the cream filling. And so you don't need quite as much butter as you would if it were a graham cracker crust.
So did you crumble these up with the cream in them?
I did. And I have one in the fridge that I did this morning that we're gonna use, and I left all the cream in those, and it was like gumming up my blender. In a food processor, it would have been fine. But because I used my blender, I only did about half of them with the cream in this one. And I actually like this better. And so if I make it again, I'm gonna do the same thing. So little tip, maybe take half the cream out, I don't know. But you don't want it to be greasy either. So just start with
just pour a little bit of butter in here and
stir
it up.
and see. And then if you need all of it, go ahead and use all of it. And this is just 1 1/4 cups of water that I'm gonna boil in the microwave for a couple minutes. Let me get that started.
And with the 4th of July and any other holiday, every dessert or every kind of food we have, of course, is fattening, but it's good.
That's right.
Fattening and good.
A little bit later, I'm going to be doing a healthy cooking show with Stephanie Sehesta from Castleview Hospital. So she is a nutritionist, I believe. I'm not sure what her official title at Castleview is, but we're going to do some healthy cooking too. So
that sounds good.
You got to get some balance, right?
Absolutely. But every show I've ever done, it's always been fattening.
I know. I like fattening food. What can I say?
Now, what do you want the consistency of this of?
You want them just to be moist enough to press down into the pan. So I would use all the butter, and then I would probably just use my hands to mash it all up. Because I use the blender, the crumbs are really, really fine, and they don't have to be that fine. So that was 4 tablespoons of butter, half a cube, and a whole package of red velvet Oreos with half of them having the cream filling removed.
Okay. And just layer it, like I just want one.
Just dump it all.
Dump it all. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's why I was wondering if we were doing multiple layers.
Yeah, no, just one.
Okay.
We'll do a red, a white, and a blue layer.
Well, it won't look like Rachel Ray's, but
hey, we're close enough.
Or Shannon's. It won't look like Shannon did it.
Yeah, it looks great. It looks exactly like mine did. Kristi used to work for me when I catered. And if all the cookies weren't the same size, they got thrown out. The ones that were misshapen or smaller.
So we'll just say, I took a lot of cookies home.
Yes. I don't know that you took a lot of cookies home. My kids liked that. Happens to everyone, so.
We won't talk about this, okay?
She would use a cookie scoop, and I'm like, you're using the same scoop for every cookie. How are they turning out different?
Did I say we're not talking about this?
Okay, so this is our first layer, and we're just gonna set that aside and let it, you could refrigerate it if you want to, but it's not necessary. And now the second layer is the white layer, and that is just cheesecake pudding. And so we use that in the fruit salad too. Okay. Just the same thing, just dump that in there, and I'll grab the milk, and I'm gonna rinse this out because we'll use this measuring cup.
Let's just say catering and cooking is not my forte in life. We learned that.
You were fabulous help. I was very happy to have you. I thought when I started my catering that I would just make a few cookies to take to baby showers or something, and it grew quickly and really big, and it was a lot of fun and a lot of work. So I'm just gonna let you make the pudding. I'm gonna go get that water and start on the Jell-O. So just 2 cups of milk in there, and normally I would use a higher fat content milk, but I don't have a higher fat content milk, so we're just 1% works. There's where we're skimping. That will make it a little more low fat for you. Since you're concerned, here's the lid. I'll put that away and grab the water.
Not concerned.
It depends on the day.
Why not?
Yeah. Okay, so here is my boiling water. It was boiling. And so that's about half.
And do I add that to this?
No.
That's your blue.
Yeah. So this is just about half of the amount of water that this actually calls for. And we're gonna make kind of a Jell-O salad for the blue layer. We're gonna add some crushed pineapple and blueberry pie filling to this. Okay. Were you just checking your phone, your watch?
I was. You weren't supposed to catch that.
That's funny.
Dang you. Now, did you want this whisked until it started thickening, or
Yes.
just until it was dissolved?
How it starts to thicken.
Okay.
And then we're just gonna let this cool a tiny bit. And while that's cooling, I'm gonna take a can of crushed pineapple, and it needs to be crushed. You don't want it to be chunky.
Okay.
So, and I'm gonna drain it. So what else with Energy Days?
I'm trying to think. I think we covered all the events. Also, I forgot. Fierce,
Yes.
MMA and fitness. They are doing a fitness challenge. I don't have all the details on that. Cody Bunderson, Coach Bundo. He has it all lined up. He has the prizes. I do know that some of the prizes will consist of a gym membership.
Nice.
So
He has a great gym out there.
he has a wonderful gym, and he does so many great things for this community.
He sure does.
So I'm really excited about that, because the fitness challenge is always a very popular thing also. So yeah, I'm really excited for Energy Days this year. It sounds like it's going to be a blast. Thicker than that.
Nope, that looks good. We're just gonna set that aside too and let it continue to thicken
Okay.
a little bit. And let's see, this is still pretty warm, but it's also getting kind of thick for the Jell-O. So we're gonna use blueberry pie filling in there, and it calls for 2 cups. And this is about 2.5 cups. I'm just gonna use the whole can, because what are you gonna use
right.
a half
What
cup
are-
of blueberry pie filling for?
Absolutely. This looks very interesting.
It is. It's actually really tasty. All right. Okay, here's our drained pineapple. And that's crushed, a full can of crushed pineapple. And then you can add the blueberry pie filling. Do you want a spoon, or do you want to use that spatula?
I can use a spatula.
Okay, and then just stir that up. And then we'll start building our layers.
This looks like something you'd find on Nickelodeon.
Like slime?
Yeah. Something.
Harley loves making slime, and I actually banned her from making slime because she got it on her bedroom carpet. She made, and before that we'd had a few incidents with the slime too, but it's fun.
How fun.
No, she can do it in a very controlled environment. Just not a free-for-all.
Come on, Harley. Also, I did forget, we will have a kids' corner.
Oh, okay.
And the kids will be able to find fossils. Also, they are going to have the kids dress up in miners' gear, coal miners' gear, and have to run a relay.
Oh, fun.
Just so they can see what a coal miner has to wear and what they do. And we have, for those who have kids that went to Creekview, Mrs. Ludington, Lee Ludington is coming and doing a experiment on electricity.
Oh, how nice.
So
lots of education there.
Yes.
At Energy Days. Fun education. The kids don't even realize they're learning, and they are. Okay, so this pudding layer, you need to make sure you get it into all of the corners because it needs to be sealed. And before you put your Jello layer on, you don't want it to leak down onto the ground.
Have to let it set a little
cookie
bit.
layer. Yeah. So we're gonna put this in the fridge, the pudding layer. Let that set while this cools. And I actually have one that's already cool and one that's already done. We're just gonna swap it out. So TV magic here.
everything's covered.
Yes. All right, do you want to grab that Jello over there that's already cool? And I love the color of this. You say it looks like a science experiment. It's the perfect color. I was worried it was going to be too purple and it wouldn't look red, white, and blue.
It does look like
Yeah,
a science experiment.
Okay, spread that on there. This is already cooled, so it's thick. It's thicker than what it would be if you were making this at home because it's been sitting for longer than you would probably let it sit. Yours will be just a little more liquidy when you make that at home. And I'm gonna hurry and whip the cream while my bowl is a little wet. I don't want water in there. While you're spreading that. And this is just heavy cream. We're gonna whip. For the top of it. And then you can garnish it with fresh strawberries and fresh blueberries. Actually, I'm just gonna do the whole thing. And this will take a few minutes to get thickened. So with our cream, it just takes a minute. You're just gonna spread the cream. We're out of time. So you're just gonna spread the cream on the top and garnish with the berries. And that will be your red, white, and blue no-bake dessert lasagna. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. We hope to see you all at the annual SUPA event, Energy Days on the 4th of July, Carbon County Fairgrounds, 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock parade on Price Main Street. I almost said Helper. Price Main Street at 3 o'clock.
Free hot dogs and Cold Stone ice cream too,
And
huh?
Cold Stone ice cream.
Okay.
Yes.
5 o'clock at the fairgrounds.
See everyone there.